Mary Collins is from South Middle School and proud of it. Mary isn't afraid of sounding corny when she says that she thinks it's more important to let the world know that she's proud of her school and strives every day to represent it. She says, if students from other schools do not know anything about me other than South on my jersey, what they see me say or do is what they think all kids from South Middle School say and do. Mary writes, when I compete in a cross-country meet or a speech contest, I am conscious that my attitude and sportsmanship set an example for all South students. Although she earned all A's on her 7th and 8th grade report cards and citations for excellence and outstanding achievement in 5 different subjects, qualified for state in the long jump and 4x200 relay in track and field, won awards for her teamwork and took first place in speech contests for monologue, improved duet, and duet acting, Mary still counts winning her school's Cardinal Character Counts Award as her highest achievement. That was a huge compliment, Mary says. Why does she think she won? She says, I try to give my best effort with schoolwork and activities, as well as be kind to those around me. Mary hopes to attend Lawrence, Princeton, or Notre Dame University to become a teacher and coach. Mary notes that her soccer coach, Stein Garcia, has set the bar high, expecting 100% effort while still remaining positive and humble, and that is an example she hopes to follow in her career. Mary is the 2010 Scholar Attitude Award recipient from Board of Directors Division A. Ryan Wang, winner of the 2010 Scholar Attitude Board of Directors Division A, is in the business of excelling. It's what his teachers and coaches say about him now, and what they've been saying since he took up Taekwondo at the age of 5. Since then, Ryan has earned a second-degree black belt and competed in AAU Nationals, taught Taekwondo to disadvantaged youth, run cross-country, maintained straight A's at school, participated in Latin competitions and the National Geographic Geography Bee. He was also selected as one of 2 10th Congressional District Scholars in a program designed to identify future doctors and scientists, and won the DPM Star Award for Citizenship in October of 2009. But it is in wrestling that Ryan has really found himself. He says, I started wrestling in 6th grade, much later than many other kids on my team. He writes, I broke my arm in the middle of the season, but came back to wrestle in 7th grade. Now I'm in 8th grade, and I'm having a great season with a record of 17 wins and 2 losses so far. I'm honored to be chosen as team captain this year, and I hope to go to state. In high school, Ryan plans to compete in wrestling, track and field, Taekwondo, and Latin, and maybe even take up the guitar, and he hopes to attend Stanford University. He writes that sportsmanship comes from the way you conduct yourself as a person and as an athlete, when others are watching and when they are not, when you are competing and when you are not, when you are winning and when you are not. With that attitude, Ryan will always be a winner.
With Mary today are her parents, Bill and Sean Collins, and the principal of Arlington Heights South Middle School, Dr. Linda Klobuchar. Mary, you indicated in your application that you would like someday to be a coach. And my guess is that part of this desire stems from the training and coaching you have received from your soccer coach, Stein Garcia, the person you listed you most admire. Coaching is a wonderful profession. A coach can have such a powerful impact on the lives of their athletes. And I hope you will follow through with your desire to coach, for the rewards are many and the opportunities you have to make a difference are great. Practically every person in this room today has been influenced by a coach. In fact, many people in this room are currently coaches. You'll be a great coach because of the foundation that's been set for you and what you have achieved thus far in life. And I congratulate you on all of your accomplishments, and best of luck to you in high school and beyond. And with Ryan today are his parents, Kurt and Barb Wang, and the athletic director of Lake Forest Deer Path Middle School, Mr. Jim Trummel. Ryan, you're one of the few students who has won this award who participates in the sport of wrestling. And wrestling is one of my favorite IESA activities. Why? Because wrestling, like no other sport, teaches so many invaluable life lessons. When it is just you and your opponent on the mat, your success or failure is determined solely by what you do on that mat. And life can be that way too. Success or failure is determined by what you do. You work hard, you give it your all, and be honest, and you'll likely be successful. You have success written all over you, but it will only happen if you apply the same things Coach Trummel has taught you on the wrestling mat to your everyday world. Everyone here today wishes you the best, and congratulations on all you have done. Ladies and gentlemen, extend your congratulations, please, to Mary Collins and Ryan Wang. Presenting Mary and Ryan their awards is our board member from Division A, Dr. Scott Herman, who is the principal at Niles Gemini Junior High School.
Jackie Krozik has been a cheerleader in a lot of different ways. Yes, she's competed in cheerleading, including being part of a routine that took first place honors at the IESA state cheerleading competition. But she's also cheered on her track and field teammates from the sidelines, clapped for fellow actors in school plays, and offered encouraging words for the students she helped as a peer reading tutor. As long as you are an athlete, Jackie writes, you will always know the importance of having someone behind you, cheering you on, or catching you when you fall. Then, when that same someone who picked you up falls, you must pick them up and cheer them on, just as they did you. Jackie is the 2010 Scholar Attitude Award recipient from Board of Directors Division B. Her positive energy is one of the reasons she was named most helpful by her fellow cheerleaders, but also why she's earned high honor roll in 7th and 8th grade, made sectionals in the hurdles and track and field, and took the lead role in her school play this year. She has also participated in student council, jazz band, choir, concert band, spelling bees, Scholastic Bowl, World Arts Festival, and the Kiwanis Builders Club, and she hopes to continue track and field, cheerleading, show choir, and student government in high school. Jackie continues to take classes in piano, clarinet, saxophone, and gymnastics to broaden her horizons and look to the future. She's interested in studying nursing in college with the possibility of specializing in neonatal intensive care. When it comes to achievements, Sycamore Middle School's Mark Stice believes in looking outside himself. The person I admire most, Mark writes, is the first baseman of the St. Louis Cardinals, Albert Pujols. But it's not for the obvious reasons, the MVP awards or batting average, but for what Pujols does off the field. I admire him because he doesn't just support a foundation, he started his own. Mark adds, this is important to me because I know that even though he has an overwhelming amount of baseball talent, he can still help people less fortunate than he. Mark competes in cross country, basketball, and track and field, and he also participates in 4-H, where he's been the treasurer for the past 2 years and lantern for Bible study. He plays Park District baseball and also enjoys golf, his church youth group, and helping out with the community Christmas dinner for families in need. Mark was one of 3 7th graders chosen to travel to Springfield for the DeKalb County Farm Bureau legislative trip. He was named Student of the Month in December of 2009, and he made his school's honor roll in 6th, 7th, and 8th grades. Named All-State in cross country this year, Mark also cut his fastest time by more than 30 seconds, won his conference, and placed 2nd overall at sectionals. At state, Mark medaled, placing 11th as an individual and helping his team take 16th place. Mark looks forward to cross country, basketball, baseball, and the Fellowship of Christian Athletes in high school, and possibly Arizona State for college. Mark is the winner of the 2010 Scholar Attitude Award from Board of Directors Division B.
With Jackie today is her mom, Linda Krozik, the principal at Freeport Junior High School, Mr. Scott Wiley, and Sherry Crawford, a teacher also at Freeport. Jackie, 3 short months ago, your cheerleading squad captured first place in the IESA Cheer Championships. As you well know, you and your teammates practiced many hours, dedicating yourself to do the very best that you could possibly do, hoping to take home first place honors. All of your efforts were rewarded when you heard your school name announced as champions of the large team division. And I hope the lesson you learned from that experience is that hard work has its rewards. Hard work always pays off in the long run. So I urge you to continue to work hard in high school and keep that straight A academic record you have achieved in junior high. With some hard work, maybe I will see you at the IESA cheerleading championships here in Bloomington in the coming years. Congratulations on this award. And with Mark today are his parents, Doug and Kathy Stice, and the assistant principal at Sycamore Middle School, Mrs. Melanie Bickley. Mark, last fall I had the pleasure to meet you before we introduced the top 25 individuals in our boys Class AA state cross-country meet. Little did we know at that time that we would meet again. And you did more than achieve your goal of wanting to medal. Your 11th place finish out of a field of 233 runners proved that you are very dedicated to the sport of cross-country. I ran cross-country in high school, and in fact, my high school cross-country coach is here in the room today. What makes an otherwise normal kid want to run countless miles, deny oneself the snacks and junk food classmates consume, endure pain, and then say, "This is really fun"? My guess is the reasons were the same as mine. The reward of all of that, no matter how tough it gets, is whether it's a sporting event, whether it's your homework, whether it's schoolwork, or life itself, you will be able to handle whatever comes your way. Don't give up ever, and you will attain all of your goals and dreams. Ladies and gentlemen, representing Division B, here are Jackie Krozik and Mark Stice. And presenting Jackie and Mark their awards is our board member from Division B, Mr. Joe Burrish, who's the superintendent of the Anawan Unit School District.
For Claire Murphy, 2010 Scholar Attitude Award winner from Board of Directors Division C, her experience as a cheerleader at Orland Hills Bernadine has helped her go full up and full out. The one feat that stands highest in my life, she writes, thus far, is winning the 2009 IESA State Cheerleading Championship. She says, there were many people who thought our team would not be able to repeat our memorable 2008 state champion performance. After all, other teams were getting better. 3 key members of the 2008 squad had graduated, and Claire herself had been struggling with a skill known as a full-up. She says, I knew that if that stunt hit perfectly, it would set the tone for the entire performance. She was right. The full-up went beautifully, and Bernadine ended up with back-to-back championships. In addition to cheerleading, Claire has been a member of the Student Council, National Junior Honor Society, Academic Team, Math Club, and Cardinal Joseph Bernadine Academic Enrichment Program. Plus, she has served as junior coach for the JV cheerleaders. She's made honor roll every quarter, and she's earned awards in several science and academic competitions. She also takes piano lessons, volunteers at Shepherd's Table, the Grassland Seed Project, and Respond Now, and is an altar server at St. Elizabeth Seton Parish. Claire plans to attend St. Ignatius College Prep, where she looks forward to cheerleading, the Ignatius Volunteer Corps, and the National Honor Society. After that, her goal is to attend Notre Dame University to pursue a career in medicine. I never thought about losing, but now that it's happened, the only thing to do is do it right. That quote from Muhammad Ali sums up sportsmanship for Andrew Kramer, winner of the 2010 Scholar Attitude Award from Board of Directors Division C. One year in the sectional meet, my cross-country team took first place and qualified for the state finals. I was ecstatic, Andrew writes. The next year, my team took fourth place and just missed out on a bid to state. I felt extremely disappointed. From my experience, I learned that I shouldn't brag and feel above everyone else because I eventually was not the champion anymore. Win or lose, Andrew knew he had to do it right. Although Andrew is proud of his cross-country success, he still counts basketball as his favorite sport and NBA player Steve Nash as his most admired person. He was not the tallest or fastest or strongest, but he worked harder than anyone to become a great player, Andrew tells us. I also admire him for his unselfishness. He always passes to his teammates and doesn't care about his own stats. Andrew also competes in track and field, and he has participated in National Junior Honor Society, Student Council, peer tutoring, and the Quarry Man Challenge race crew. He has also been an acolyte and volunteered at a Chicago food depository. As Andrew moves on to high school, he plans to continue cross-country, track and field, basketball, and the National Honor Society. His college goals include the study of engineering, possibly at the University of Illinois or the University of Wisconsin.
With Claire today are her parents, Liam and Mary Murphy, and the athletic director of Orland Hills St. Bernardine, Mr. Bob Majek. Claire, today truly is unique. For the first time in the history of this award, we have two students who were members of IESA state championship cheerleading teams. Like fellow winner Jackie Krozik, who we just met, you too are passionate about cheerleading. And for the past 2 years, I have watched your junior high cheerleading squad amaze crowds at the Civic Center with precision moves and stunts, so much so that many people believe that your squad could place at the high school cheerleading finals. With your desire to obtain a career in medicine, possibly becoming a doctor, your cheerleading background will serve you well. Because all of us here want you to practice your open heart surgery just as much as you practice your back handspring technique. We congratulate you on your accomplishments and we wish you the very best. And with Andrew today are his parents, Ed and Amy Kramer, and the principal of Lamont Old Quarry Middle School, Dr. William Caron. Andrew, when I reviewed your grades after the judges selected you as one of our winners, I couldn't help but notice some of the comments that the teachers listed on your transcript. Comments like, great job, motivated and hard worker, positive attitude, good all-around student, are written everywhere. You had 26 different grades on the transcript you submitted, and every one of those 26 grades was an A, with 9 of those grades being an A+. Your academic record is superb, and it is obvious to everyone here that your drive to succeed is unmatched, much like that of your favorite NBA superstar, Steve Nash. I hope you will continue to work hard in high school and beyond, and I wish you well in all of your future endeavors. Ladies and gentlemen, please extend your congratulations to Claire Murphy and Andrew Kramer. Presenting Claire and Andrew their awards will be our board president, Mr. Ron Graham. Our board member from Division C is Mr. Chris Collins, the principal at Glendale Heights, Glenside, and he was unable to be with us today due to a school commitment.
There's nothing harder than knowing you are not performing up to your potential. For Jana Mudrock, that became clear after her 7th grade sectional long jump performance. She says, at the sectional meet, which qualifies athletes for state, I choked badly and ended up qualifying by only a couple of inches in my last jump of the day. Jana remembers, instead of celebrating qualifying, Jana could only think about the choke, worrying that it would happen again at state. When I went to jump, however, somehow I managed to summon some unnatural strength, she says. Jana jumped 15.3, shattering her old personal record of 14.9. She also set a new school record and came in 12th in state, even though she was ranked 32nd out of 40 girls. When I truly believed in myself and had confidence, I achieved much more than I ever could have imagined. Jana is the 2010 Scholar Attitude Award recipient from Board of Directors Division D. Her achievements are not limited to the long jump. Jana has also run the 100-meter dash and the 4x400 relay, played basketball and volleyball, and competed in mathletes and the 8th grade spelling bee. Currently vice president of National Junior Honor Society, she's worked as a Viking crusader, helping out the school counselor, participated in the Power Club, and even taken part in the spring play at Martino Junior High. During her summers, Jana participates in sports camps for volleyball, basketball, and badminton, and she is looking forward to being able to play badminton as an interscholastic sport in high school. She considers architecture as the perfect mix of math and creativity and hopes to study it one day. For Andrew Geldine, recipient of the 2010 Scholar Attitude Award from Board of Directors Division D, it's not about going first out of the gate. It's about building the proper foundation, honing his skills, trying harder, and getting better. When I first moved to Manuka and first ran the mile at school, it took me 17 minutes to finish, he relates. That spring, I ran it in 8, and ever since then, I have been dropping my time. Andrew has been to state twice in cross country, once with his team and once as an individual. Competing at state, especially in my favorite sport, was just an unforgettable memory, he writes. For his efforts, Andrew was named all-sectional in cross country. He has also been a member of the basketball, track and field, scholastic bowl, and math teams, and he's won spelling and geography bees. He's treasurer of the Beta Club, an academic and community service group at Shanahan High School, and he received a Triathlete Award. Outside of school, Andrew has played travel soccer for 3 years, acted as a vacation Bible school leader and liturgist at his church, volunteered at a homeless shelter, and earned junior ranger status at 19 different national parks. He plans to take 5 honors classes in high school and continue to run cross country and track, play basketball, compete on the Scholastic Bowl team, and join National Honor Society. Starting with a love of Legos, Andrew has dreamed of becoming an architect, and he hopes to attend the University of Illinois to build that dream.
With Jana today are her parents, James and Jennifer Mudrock, and the athletic director of New Lenox Martino, Mr. Steve Danute. Jana, you indicated in your application that your brother Jeff is the person you most admire. And even though he's graduated from high school, my guess is that you have taught him more than you realize. I am sure that you have taught him that hard work in the classroom does have its rewards, as evidenced by your transcript, which contains lower than an A+. That sportsmanship is an important part of all activities in life, and that goal setting is very important, as witnessed by your goal to become an architect. Jeff may be older, but you have proven to us all that you are just as wise. Congratulations on all of your accomplishments, and best of luck to you in high school and beyond. And with Andrew today are his parents, Mike and Nancy Geldine, and the principal of Shanahan Junior High School, Mr. Chad Uphoff. Andrew, I noticed with a great deal of interest that your favorite book is The Long Green Line, a story about the great Elmhurst York coach, Joe Newton, and his cross-country teams. And for those of you in the audience that may not know who Joe Newton is or the success of the York High School cross-country teams, think of one word: dynasty. There is no other high school cross-country program in this state, and likely in this nation, that is better than the program Coach Newton has built at York. And cross-country and York High School are as synonymous as peanut butter and jelly. And evidently, Andrew, you took the message that Coach Newton preaches in his book to heart. You indicated that the first time you ran the mile, it took you 17 minutes, and later that spring you knocked 9 minutes off your time and ran it in 8. Since then, your love for running has continued, and you ran in the IESA state cross-country meet in both your 7th and 8th grade years. Determination and hard work, values that your dad has taught you, have paid off. You have terrific grades, you've been involved in your school activities, you volunteer, and you have achieved success. I hope you will continue to work hard in high school and beyond, and we congratulate you on your award. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a warm welcome to Jana Mudrock and Andrew Geldine. Presenting Jana and Andrew their awards is our board member from Division D, Mr. Jeff Libowitz, who is the principal at Shorewood Troy.
Natalie Fortner is no stranger to winning. I'm lucky enough to be in a class with a lot of athletic, competitive girls, she writes. From being state runner-up in softball to being 18-1 in volleyball, we don't lose a lot. But she knows that good things can come from keeping a positive attitude in the face of challenge or even defeat. On the road to state, her softball team had to persevere through a 17-inning game, and as the smallest school in 2A, keep their resolve and focus against much larger teams. After falling to Mantino in the title game, Natalie admits, "At first I was really depressed after losing. But after being acknowledged at a school assembly as the first softball team from Fieldcrest to get to state finals, I realized what a huge achievement it was and how proud I should be." She adds, "Our pitcher broke several IESA records during the state tournament, and I was very proud that I caught her every game and helped her break those records." Winner of the 2010 Scholar Attitude Award from Board of Directors Division E, Natalie has maintained a perfect 4.0 GPA as she's played softball, basketball, and volleyball. She's also earned high honors every quarter of 7th and 8th grade, served on student council, and earned MVP honors on her 7th grade volleyball team. Natalie was selected as Fieldcrest's 7th grade student champion, and she received an award for outstanding academic achievement that year. Natalie is proud to have donated 11 inches of hair to Locks of Love, and she hopes to continue her volunteer efforts as she moves on to high school. She's interested in becoming a dietitian and hopes to continue to play softball and volleyball all the way through college. When the final buzzer sounds, a true athlete realizes that there is much more to sports than winning or losing, writes Carter Frambies, a 2010 Scholar Attitude Award winner from Board of Directors Division E. While the outcome on the scoreboard's important, he says, the main purpose in interscholastic sports is not to see how much better one team is over the other. The true lessons, Carter concludes, are self-respect, respect for peers and authority, and being gracious whether in victory or defeat. And even though Carter hopes someday to go into sports broadcasting or sports information, combining his love of sports with his communication skills, he still counts his academic achievements as his proudest moments. Even though I participate in a great deal of extracurricular activities, I have managed to maintain high honors and high grades during the 2 years in junior high. He writes, I enjoy sports greatly, but my academics have been and will continue to be my top priority. Carter has been a member of the baseball, basketball, and track and field teams, and he's also participated in speech club and student council. He's vice president of the student council this year. He also helped organize Operation Mend, a charity offering facial reconstruction to soldiers returning from Iraq. Carter has earned high honors every quarter and won awards for spirit and positive attitude, for speech, and for his essay in a VFW contest. He's also a member of Space Age Pioneers 4-H Club, and he hopes to serve on Student Senate as well as play golf, basketball, and baseball in high school.
With Natalie today are her parents, Larry and Tina Fortner, and the principal of Winona Fieldcrest Middle School, Mr. Doug Roberts. Natalie, I have to admit to you that I had to look up the name Kat Osterman when I saw that you listed her as the name of your favorite athlete. However, once I found out that she is one of the top softball pitchers in the world today and is only one of 3 college pitchers to record over 2,000 strikeouts in her pitching career, I quickly understood why she is your favorite athlete. But what stood out most about your application is that you typify everything that this award is truly about. You're a straight-A student. You have been involved in so many activities at Fieldcrest, student council, basketball, softball, volleyball, and yet you still find time to volunteer. And after reading your application, I know why our judges selected you. You epitomize everything about this award. Your favorite teacher, Mrs. O'Brien, is very proud of you, and so is everyone else in this room. Congratulations on all of your accomplishments. And with Carter today are his parents, David and Kelly Frambies, and the principal of Forest Prairie Central, Mrs. Tanya Deacon. Carter, you listed Abraham Lincoln as the person you most admire, and your favorite sport is baseball. And I think there's a lot of similarities between them, and after reading your application, I understand why Lincoln and baseball are your favorites. Lincoln faced tremendous adversity. A baseball player facing a 3-2 count with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning and his team down 1 run is also facing tremendous adversity. Lincoln worked very hard to be a scholar. And your favorite baseball player, David Eckstein, works very hard to attain his success because he's not the most athletic player on the field. Although I do think he hit a game-winning home run for San Diego last week. Lincoln had to rebuild a country, and baseball managers have to rebuild teams. Unless you're a Cubs manager, and then you really don't rebuild. But adversity, I'm a Cub fan. Adversity, working hard, rebuilding, those are all things that you'll face at some point in your life. And look at those challenges, look at those things as challenges, and you will have the same success as Lincoln and David Eckstein. I wish you the very best, and congratulations on your award. Ladies and gentlemen, please greet Natalie Fortner and Carter Frambies. And presenting Natalie and Carter their awards is Mrs. Cindy Posey, the principal at Oglesby, Washington, who is the Board of Directors representative from Division E.
There's a certain curiosity in how Emily Meyer approaches the world. Whether it's tackling the People-to-People program or learning about China and its culture, diving into Jane Austen novels or sharing her enthusiasm for everything scientific, Emily just loves to learn. Emily has competed in softball, track, volleyball, and speech at Elmwood Junior High, and she's also played clarinet in both the junior high band and the junior jazz band. She loves the fact that her clarinet makes her more creative, and that being in band opens up a whole different set of friends. Then there's Scholastic Bowl, which offers all kinds of new subjects to learn about, and her favorite, the Science Olympiad. Science can explain almost everything, Emily says. If I can learn as much as I can about science, I'll be able to make connections to how and why one thing works to another. Plus, it's really fun. She's also taken ballet, point, and tap classes since 1998, volunteered with a youth ministry at her church, done Bradley University's band program, and traveled to Germany, Italy, and England to find out more about her family's culture. Her People-to-People trip last summer included a trip to China, as well as meeting lots of other American students. Emily's earned high honors every semester, and she has a perfect 5.0 GPA. She made the West Central Conference Honor Band first chair in 7th and 8th grade, and she took a first place in regional speech competition for impromptu acting. She is now also the 2010 Scholar Attitude Award winner from Board of Directors Division F. When you hear that Tate Kennedy's most admired person is Dean Kamen, inventor of the Segway, as well as portable insulin pumps and dialysis machines, heart stents, and a wheelchair that can climb stairs, you know immediately where Tate wants to go in life. Tate, winner of the 2010 Scholar Attitude Award from Board of Directors Division F, writes, "I admire Dean because he's not only one of the greatest inventors of our time, but he's also able to recognize basic human needs and find ways to help others. His grades are perfect across the board, but it's science that captures Tate's imagination. I'm interested in a science and engineering related field," he tells us. "I really want to become an inventor or futurist." Tate has laid down an excellent platform with Scholastic Bowl, basketball, soccer, track, student council, and speech team on his resume. He's a 2-time recipient of the Catholic Leadership Award as well as Reading and Writing Awards, and he has maintained his place on the A honor roll throughout his school career. He served as student council president and captain of the soccer team, earned first place honors in both duet and monologue with the speech team, and placed first with his Lego League team for its regional robot table performance. I wish that everyone would realize their talents at an early age and then have the support and resources to utilize them, Tate writes. If we could somehow tap into the abilities of everyone in the world, not just the privileged, we could make a big difference in solving a lot of problems. Words of wisdom from Tate Kennedy, futurist of the future.
With Emily today are her parents, Mark and Erin Meyer, and the principal of Elmwood Junior High School, Mr. Tony Frost. Emily, your love of science and your desire to make the world a better place for people to live is very refreshing. So many of the young people today are more concerned about their next text, their Facebook page, or their cell phone than they are about how and why something works. And it's very obvious to all of us here that you have your priorities in order, and it won't surprise me one bit if one day that you have your let me start all over. It's very obvious to all of us here that you have your priorities in order, and it won't surprise me one bit if one day you are able to find a cure for a disease. Your many trips to Europe and China have given us an insight to this world that few students your age have even thought about. Use the knowledge you have gained from those trips to help the world and continue your excellent academic pursuits. And I wish you the very best and congratulate you on your award. And with Tate today are his parents, Thomas and Leslie Kennedy. The principal of St. Philomena School, Mrs. Jody Pine, could not be with us today because of an illness. Tate, you indicated that the person you most admire is Dean Kamen. I'd like to see a quick show of hands who in this room had ever heard of Dean Kamen prior to that video. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Dean Kamen, as we have come to learn, is one of the greatest inventors of our time. He invented the portable insulin pump, portable kidney dialysis machine, the Segway, that two-wheel gyroscopic electric human transporter. And Tate, you've emailed him about your idea for a reverse polarized magnetic footrest for wheelchairs. I can barely understand those things, let alone say them. Like Emily, it won't surprise me at all when you invent something that will help people. Your goals are high, and I urge you to continue your pursuit to help as many people as you can. You are going to make a difference in this world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a warm welcome to Emily Meyer and Tate Kennedy. And presenting Emily and Tate their awards is our board member from Division F, Mrs. Tanya Jenkins, who is the assistant principal at Peoria Manual School.
I want to be remembered for what I did, not what I didn't do. Addie Mashing heard those words from her mother, and they really struck a chord. As Addie says about her parents, they taught me everything I know about kindness and respect. They are truly good people. She adds, they taught me to help others with courtesy and compassion. Addie carries those lessons over to her junior high experiences, trying to infuse pride, integrity, and leadership into her basketball, volleyball, speech, and student council experiences. In fact, Addie was elected president of the Herscher Junior High School Student Council this year. It was really rewarding for me, Addie writes, because it told me that people believed that I was a leader. Addie received 2 first-place awards in speech contests, competing in both dual and individual events. She has also worked in the school library, ushered at graduation, and she attended the Straight A banquet last year. Given her perfect 4.0 GPA this year, she will undoubtedly be attending the banquet again as an 8th grader. Addie is a 2010 Scholar Attitude Award recipient from Board of Directors Division G. Outside school, Addie is active with Sacred Heart Church as a lector, altar server, and volunteer. And she also enjoys babysitting, scrapbooking, running, summer league softball, and water and snow skiing. She looks forward to continuing student council, softball, and basketball in high school and hopes to attend college and med school to become a pediatrician in the future. Brandon Crockett is all about positivity. If you approach a game with a good attitude, Brandon writes, you'll have a higher chance of winning. A positive attitude usually follows with positive results. Brandon learned that spirit from his dad, his most admired person. He's taught me everything from academics to sports to working on a car, Brandon says. I want to be just like him to my kids and be a great father. He's been my coach for almost all the sports I participated in outside of junior high. I really thank him for that. Since Brandon's been very busy outside school, that encompasses a lot. There's traveling baseball, a recreational baseball team, intramural basketball, all-star baseball, Old Mill soccer, and recreational soccer. Brandon has also done stints with the Police Academy and St. Joseph Altar and Community Service. At Manteno Middle School, he's played basketball and baseball and also participated in Scholastic Bowl and Band. In 2009, he was named to EIU's Middle School Honor Band. Among his achievements are Honor Roll all 3 years, a Gold Glove Award in baseball, and National Band and All-American Scholar Awards. His basketball team won the Can-Will Conference title last year, while his Scholastic Bowl team came in second. Brandon has also competed in science competitions, earning first place in the Regional Science Fair and collecting several awards in Junior Academy of Science contest. Brandon has won the 2010 Scholar Attitude Award from Board of Directors Division G. Good sportsmanship can bring you a long way. Good sportsmanship says a lot about you as an individual, writes Brandon. I am honored to be nominated for this award.
With Addie today are her parents, David and Dana Mashing, and the principal of Herscher Junior High School, Mrs. Michelle Chavers. Addie, you are the student council president. You participate in the IESA speech competitions. You play girls basketball and girls volleyball. You work in the school library. You've maintained straight A's. You serve as a lector at church. You babysit. You cut grass. You love to snow ski and water ski. Do you ever get tired? You have done so much so far, and there is so much more ahead for you. As you move on to high school and beyond, remember all the lessons your parents have taught you, especially that they help others. As a leader, you will have plenty of opportunities to help. Congratulations on your award today. And with Brandon today are his parents, Todd and Cynthia Crockett, and the principal of Manteno Middle School, Mr. David Conrad. Brandon, you said that you were honored to be nominated for this award. The truth is we are honored to have you here so we can recognize all of your accomplishments. I am sure that one thing that you have discovered is that the success you have achieved is directly related to the effort that you put forth. Your dad has helped you with your academics, your sports, and taught you a lot about cars. He has put forth his time and effort and taught you so much. When you face a difficult situation in high school, and I can assure you that that day will come, remember the effort it often takes to overcome an obstacle and the lessons Dad has taught you. We all wish you the very best in your future endeavors. Ladies and gentlemen, please meet Addie Mashing and Brandon Crockett. Presenting Addie and Brandon their awards will be Mr. James Bunting, who is our board member from Division G and the principal at Watseka Glen Raymond.
Demi Fritz, 2010 Scholar Attitude Award winner from Board of Directors Division H, knows what it means to sing out strong even when all eyes are on her. Singing the national anthem a cappella is not something all singers can accomplish, Demi writes. I am proud to be successful at this because it's something that I had been working hard at many years. The chance to share my singing ability in a song that means so much to the American people has been an honor for me. In this case, a lot of practice and the ability to get past her nerves made all the difference. It didn't hurt that she had a good example at home to show her the way. Demi chose her older sister as the person she most admires. She's been a role model to me with the amount of determination that she has in herself, and this has changed the way I look at myself, Demi says. It is because of her that I try hard to do my best and have a positive impact on the lives of others, too. Demi competes in cross country and softball, and she's a member of the Parkside Speech Team, Pom-Pom Squad, Student Council, Concert Choir, Girls Ensemble, and Concert Jazz and Honor Bands. She also enjoys Spanish, art, book, and math clubs, and she acts as a peer mediator. Demi's a straight-A student, and she's won awards in band, choir, social studies, physical fitness, and citizenship. She studies piano, voice, and dance, and is a member of summer swim and softball teams. Demi looks forward to continuing to sing and dance throughout high school and continuing to stay busy with a wide variety of sports and activities. Chester Griffith appreciates the variety in life, in his activities and sports, in his volunteer choices, and in his friends. I am proud of the fact that I don't belong to any one clique at my school, Chester tells us. I'm lucky enough to have many friends, and not all my friends have the same interests. I hang out with the math kids, the Scholastic Bowl kids, the kids who are in chorus and band, and sometimes I hang out with my teammates. In college and the real world, you need to be able to get along with a variety of people and learn to accept them for who they are. Chester has maintained a perfect 4.0 GPA while being involved in everything from announcing basketball games for younger kids to the Math League and the Red Ribbon and Teen Conference planning committees. Chester plays basketball and track and field and has made it to state in both. And he's a member of the baseball and Scholastic Bowl teams, the Sensations Choir, Jazz and Marching Band, and Not in Treble, an a cappella group for boys. He's this year's Student Council Treasurer. He tutors struggling math students. He participated in a mock debate, and he sang and danced in 3 different musicals on stage at Washington Middle School. He's won his school's 8th grade Spirit Award and the Marjorie Du Bois Citizenship Award, taking part in numerous volunteer and community activities from caroling at nursing homes to delivering Meals on Wheels and helping disabled students through the IESA March Madness experience. Chester, the recipient of the Scholar Attitude Award from Board of Directors Division H, hopes to go to Northwestern University to study psychology someday.
With Demi today are her parents, Richard and Gina Fritz, and the principal of Normal Parkside Junior High School, Mr. Kenneth Lee. Demi, on your application, you said that the feat you are most proud of is your ability to sing the national anthem as a soloist. My guess is part of this inspiration and determination that has allowed you to do this is watching your sister, the person you listed you most admire, overcome her difficulties and still be successful. You are an amazing student, straight A's every semester in junior high to go along with all of the awards that you have won. Combining your academics with an already established work ethic has you well on your way to your goal of becoming a doctor. You know you have years of studying ahead of you to achieve that goal, and let the memory of your sister's determination help you whenever you need it. We look forward to the day that we call you Dr. Demi Fritz. Congratulations on this accomplishment. And with Chet today are his parents, Mike and Pam Griffith, and the principal of Washington Middle School, Mrs. Diane Orr. Chet, like many of your fellow award winners, you too have demonstrated to everyone here what the term student athlete really means. Your academic record is something of which you should be very proud. Straight A's throughout your 7th and 8th grade years has you on a path for success in high school and beyond, and you are well on your way to achieving your goal of becoming a psychologist. And my guess is that Grandpa Roger has taught you that you can do whatever you want, and that you belong, and that you know belonging to cliques at school do more harm than good. You have learned to get along with so many different people, and that will be necessary to be a good psychologist. We all wish you the very, very best and congratulate you on your award. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a big welcome for Demi Fritz and Chester Griffith. And presenting Demi and Chester their awards is our board member from Division H, Mr. Tony Ingold, who is the superintendent of East Peoria School District 86.
Michelle Paulus has worked hard to balance the different pieces of her life. It isn't easy, but Michelle wouldn't have it any other way. The single feat that I'm most proud of is that I am a three-sport athlete and involved in the community while excelling academically. Michelle writes, "Today, you don't just practice during the season. You practice all year round with camps, traveling teams, and tournaments. Even with being a three-sport athlete, I still give back to the community through 4-H and my church." Michelle is the 2010 Scholar Attitude Award winner from Board of Directors Division I. She calls herself a three-sport athlete, but her resume includes volleyball, basketball, softball, and track and field. She was also a member of the West Lincoln Broadwell 7th grade cheerleading squad that took second in state, and she's been on student council the last 3 years. Her 4x100 relay qualified for state in 6th grade, and her 7th grade volleyball team won the Logan County Championship. On the academic side, Michelle is a straight A student with high honors in grades 6 through 8. She took third in the school spelling bee and is a member of the 4-H club, club volleyball, and traveling softball teams, and has won awards in science and band. She has also crewed hot air balloons, exhibited dairy cows at the county fair, and worked at the Illinois State Fair pork patio. Michelle would love to keep up with all her sports as well as student government and pep club in high school, and she hopes to become a physical therapist in the future. Matthew Langdon, winner of the 2010 Scholar Attitude Award from Board of Directors Division I, knows it's not easy standing up in front of people and speaking out. As a member of the speech team, he writes, "I always try to use good sportsmanship. Everybody on the speech team deserves to be congratulated just because they have the courage to perform." Matthew is most proud of one particular speech. "The feat that I have achieved in my life that I am most proud of is when I got the Judge's Choice Award at the state speech tournament," he writes. "I was performing my speech in front of Ken Bradbury, who writes many speeches for junior high speech participants to perform. To think that I got a state speech Judge's Choice Award from a writer of many speeches was a great honor." Matthew has participated in band, student council, track, math counts, and spelling bees, but it's clearly speech he enjoys the most. In high school, he plans to try out for speech team, group interp, contest play, fall play, and winter play. He's chosen them because they're fun, but also because he knows they will help him better his performance skills and have more confidence in public speaking. He also looks forward to marching band and pep band in high school. 3 times nominated for Chester East Lincoln Student of the Month, Matthew won the honor in October 2009. He's also earned 9 first-place ratings in solo and ensemble music competitions, high honors 6 times so far, and a perfect 4.0 GPA. In his spare time, Matthew Bowles takes piano lessons and works with the First United Methodist Church Youth Mission Team.
With Michelle today are her parents, Kent and Lynn Paulus, and the superintendent of West Lincoln Broadwell, Mr. Bailey Clymer. Michelle, in your application, you said that you are most proud of the fact that you are a 3-sport athlete and that you have continued to excel academically. Many in this room remember the days of the 3-sport athlete, and sadly, most in this room no longer see a 3-sport athlete at the high school level. The pressure to specialize in one sport, the pressure from a coach to stick with just one sport, the promise of college scholarships has overtaken what used to be the norm. I urge you to continue your love of sports in high school and play volleyball, basketball, and softball, and still maintain your grades. High school sports provide great opportunities. Take advantage of them, and then look back and continue to be the role model that you were at West Lincoln. I guarantee you that you will have a much more rounded high school career, and I wish you the very best. And with Matthew today are his parents, Dean and Janice Langdon, and Mr. Doug Rader, a teacher and coach at Chester East Lincoln. Matthew, I want to get this correct. You perform in an IESA speech contest in front of our guest speaker today. You win the coveted Judge's Choice Award from Mr. Bradbury. And then you win the IESA Scholar Attitude Award. And Mr. Bradbury is here today. That's pretty cool, isn't it? I'll bet he'll even sign your program and take a picture if you want him to. The truth is, Mr. Bradbury is pretty cool. And he has been successful because he cares about kids. Your dad's cared about you, taking you golfing and bowling, and wanting you to excel in your activities. And obviously, you care about wanting to get things better because you'd like to improve world hunger. Your junior high years have provided you with an excellent foundation to succeed and to care, and I am sure that you will be successful no matter what you do. And congratulate you on all of your accomplishments and wish you the very best in your future endeavors. Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet Michelle Paulus and Matthew Langdon. Presenting Michelle and Matthew their awards will once again be our board president, Ron Graham, as our board member from Division I, Mr. Jerry Berkey, could not be with us due to a school commitment.
For Elise Trout, recipient of the 2010 Scholar Attitude Award from Board of Directors Division J, life just adds up. And even though she excels in a lot of different areas in and out of the classroom, it's math that she thinks she wants to stick with. I would really like to become a math teacher someday, Elise writes. I enjoy math the most during school, and I think this is something that I would really be good at. Elise's report cards are filled with A's in everything from art to science and social studies, and she has a perfect 4.0 GPA for both 7th and 8th grade. So far in my life, I am most proud of my grades, Elise says. I have been on high honor roll every quarter of my junior high career. In addition, she participates in her school's honors group and was voted onto student council as well as graduation marshal by her peers. She competes in basketball and track as well as volleyball, and she counts her volleyball team's second-place finish at state in 2009 among her most memorable achievements. When not in school, Elise plays on a traveling softball team, attends basketball, volleyball, and church camps, babysits, and mows lawns. She's hoping to keep up basketball and volleyball in high school and add softball to her school schedule. No matter which sport she's playing, Elise believes in one common denominator. I believe that sportsmanship is the most important thing in any sport. Elise tells us, sportsmanship to me means playing hard, playing fair, and having a good attitude. She adds, if you show good sportsmanship, you will succeed. So far, Elise's formula is adding up just fine. Allison Quick enjoys exploring the possibilities. If you ask her what her most memorable moment is, she can't settle on just one. When she thinks about what she wants to do with her life, again, Allison likes to keep a variety of options open. I have many interests, so I do not know for sure the specific field I will be majoring in, Allison writes. I was actually considering a double major, and even then it will be hard to decide. I do think I will continue on in the study of my favorite subjects, math and science. I may decide to take a minor in photography, my present hobby. Math, science, photography, add piano, French horn, singing, speech, basketball, volleyball, student council, and environthon. And you begin to see what Allison's middle school years have been like. She's made high honor roll in 6th, 7th, and 8th grades. She competed in 3 different events and music contests, and she spent 3 years at Pioneer Camp at Lincoln's New Salem. After taking second place in a math Olympiad in 2009, Allison was the 2010 Middle School Spelling Bee champ for AC Central. Allison is the 2010 Scholar Attitude Award winner from Board of Directors Division J. In high school, she would like to continue basketball, student council, band, choir, and environthon, adding FFA, STAR, Spanish Club, Model UN, and high school theater to her schedule. When asked what she would change in the world if she could, Allison is both philosophical and practical. I guess the most obvious answer would be to take all the hate and violence out of the world. She offers, the most important thing to remember, though, is to just be kind and help out as much as I can in my community.
Perhaps you noticed that we did not have a boy winner from Division J, and that is because none of the male applicants from this division met the criteria that's been established for this award, and the judges felt that it was better to choose 2 girls and keep the integrity of the award than to give the award to a person who doesn't meet the standards that are expected of those who win this award. So, with Elise today are her parents, Randy and Denise Trout, and the principal of La Harpe Junior High School, Mrs. Lila McEwen. Elise, like the award winner we had last year from your school, Holly McDowell, you too have had a great career at La Harpe. My guess is your heart is still pounding from that 7th grade championship match when your squad lost the first game 25-27, came back and won the second game 29-27, and then in that thrilling third and deciding game, you led your team to a 27-25 victory. You set 6 state records in that tournament. Most service points for the tournament, most service points in one match, most service points in one game, most consecutive service points, most service points in a championship match, and most consecutive service points in a championship match. Wow. 1 state record is awesome, but 6 is almost unheard of. And I'll close by saying something similar to what I said to Holly last year. You've been so very successful, and I encourage you not to rest on your junior high laurels. You've got so much more ahead of you, and I want you to enjoy what you've accomplished so far. Keep working hard, and you will achieve that success in high school and beyond. And with Allison today are her parents, Gary and Claudia Quick, and the principal of Ashland AC Central, Mr. Dan Williams. Allison, after reading about the person that you most admire, it was easy for me to understand why you chose your mom for that person. She has done so much for you, your family, your sports teams, and has lent support to you and your sister when needed. You said that getting involved in some type of science field would be of interest to you, and attaining that goal will require a lot of effort and time, and I assure you that there will be a time or two when you will ask yourself if this is what you really want to do and is it worth it. And that's when I hope you'll look back at this day and realize that hard work is the only way to get where you want to be, and you continue to work toward your goals. Congratulations on this award, and we all wish you the very best. Ladies and gentlemen, please extend your congratulations to Elise Trout and Allison Quick. Presenting Elise and Allison their awards is our board member from Division J, Ms. Dana Isaacson, who is the principal at Macomb Junior High School.
For Chelsea Thomas, winner of the 2010 Scholar Attitude Award from Board of Directors Division K, sportsmanship is elementary. Have you ever gone to a park and watched little ones playing a game? Chelsea asks. Well, when the game is over, regardless of the wins or losses, it's all about getting to the popsicle stand. At Northridge Middle School, Chelsea has taken those good spirits into her performances with the Radiant Reds and Redcoats show choirs, student ambassadors, future problem solvers, National Junior Honor Society, and MTEA, Minority Teachers Education Association. In academics, Chelsea has earned high honor roll, and she participated in AVID, a rigorous college preparatory program. Because of her avid work, Chelsea has already received a college scholarship. She sings with church and community choirs, is a junior debutante with Alpha Kappa Alpha, volunteers in her church, and helped with children's crafts for the Festival of Trees. In high school, she plans to continue with show choir and add student council, yearbook, and pompettes. Looking forward to working with her peers and group camaraderie, as well as singing, dancing, and traveling. After high school, Chelsea's mind goes to healthcare. If I could make one change in the world, it would be to enable all people to have equal access to quality healthcare, she says. It is every human being's right during a time of illness or need to be treated with respect and dignity. Chelsea herself hopes to go to WIU in pre-med. I want to be a doctor because I love to help people and to be there for them when they need someone most. Did you have fun, and did you do your best? Tanner McLean's dad asked his teams that in the huddle after every game, forming Tanner's approach to sports and life. My dad has encouraged me to have a passion for sports, but most importantly, he's been the ultimate role model. Tanner writes, he doesn't hesitate to give me constructive criticism, but he is the first one to build me up so I can be the best that I can be. It's no wonder that Tanner himself hopes to be a teacher and coach someday. He describes the kind of person he wants to be as someone who will lead by example with character and integrity, who will teach the students not only skill and leadership, but the value of sportsmanship as well. Tanner's competitive life has included baseball, basketball, and track. He was made a co-captain in baseball and basketball in both 7th and 8th grades, named Mr. Defense in basketball, and received a school's Golden Glove Award for baseball. He also set school records in the 4x4 relay and the mile in track. His traveling baseball team participated in the AAYBA World Championship, earned second place in the USSSA Illinois State Tourney, and finished as USSSA NIT champions. Off the field, Tanner has acted as vice president in 7th grade and president in 8th grade of the Student Council. He is a member of the National Junior Honor Society and the recipient of the 2010 Scholar Attitude Award from Board of Directors Division K. He hopes to keep basketball, baseball, and Student Council and add football and the Fellowship of Christian Athletes to his crowded schedule in high school.
With Chelsea today are her parents, Sid and Marisha Thomas, and the guidance counselor at Danville Northridge Middle School, Mrs. Kelly Simpkins. Chelsea, like several other students who we are honoring here today, you have indicated that you want to be a doctor. Believe me when I say this to you. Don't ever give up on that dream. This country needs good doctors, doctors who care about their patients, doctors like the person you most admire, Dr. Carson, who came from humble beginnings to become a highly respected neurosurgeon. Doctors who give back to their communities like you are already doing when you assist senior citizens with their housekeeping and volunteering at the Festival of Trees in your community. It isn't going to be easy to get there, but once you do, and I have no doubt that you will, give 100% to the things you do, just like your favorite athlete, Serena Williams, gives 100% to her tennis game. The years ahead will require you to give that and much more, and we all wish you the very best. And with Tanner today are his parents, Tony and Lynette McLean, and the superintendent of Gifford Grade School, Mr. Art Shaw. Tanner, unfortunately, very few of the winners that we have had in the 12-year history of this award indicate that they would like to be a teacher and a coach. I was particularly impressed that you want to become a teacher and a coach, especially given your rationale to teach students skills, leadership, and the value of sportsmanship. This room is filled with people who have dedicated their lives to education. It's a profession that has rewards like no others. It also, if done correctly and with passion, can be a very difficult job. Coaching, like teaching, has highs and lows. And just remember this, though, when you are coaching. You are still a teacher first and foremost. Teach when you coach, and everything else, the wins, the losses, the highs, the lows, that will all fall into place as long as you are teaching when you are coaching. I am confident that you will be one of the great teachers, and we need great teachers. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big welcome to Chelsea Thomas and Tanner McLean. Presenting Chelsea is our board member from Division K, Mr. Chris Graham, who is the principal at St. Joseph Middle School.
Emily Emberton, the 2010 Scholar Attitude Award winner from Board of Directors Division L, knows what it's like not to be the star of a team, but to show up and do her best anyway. Even though I am on the volleyball team, I don't get to play very much, she writes, but making the team in the first place was a major accomplishment. All the other girls I was competing against for a spot on the team played 2 or 3 years of volleyball previously, and this was my first year. I had a very slim chance of making the team, but I toughed it out and went to tryouts anyway. After I found out I made the team, I felt as though I had accomplished something I had never thought I could. She's also proud that her mom comes to her games and lists her mom as the person she most admires. Most people would think that if their child sits on the bench that the parents wouldn't go to the games. Emily writes, "My mom was there for me almost every game. She said that she didn't want to miss seeing me play if I got in." Emily is a member of the basketball and scholastic bowl teams, and she plays in the band and jazz band. She has competed in solo and ensemble music competitions and worked on yearbook staff, student council, and the school's in-house TV studio. Her achievements include a perfect 5.0 GPA, honor roll every year, and awards for science, reading, educational excellence, and good citizenship. She plans to continue scholastic bowl, basketball, yearbook, band, and student council in high school, and someday hopes to attend college and pursue a degree in medicine. If you set your goal and work hard, no obstacles are hard to overcome, writes A.J. McNeil. He says he's following the path mapped out by his basketball coach, Barry Wolf. Coach Wolf has made it possible for some players who would not normally have the opportunity to participate to be part of the team. A.J. says he has encouraged us to be active in spiritual and charitable events. Coach Wolf is a person I most admire because he not only teaches us these things, he lives this way. Work harder than the next guy, live life with dignity, and give all the glory to God. This not only works in sports, but in school and life. AJ participates in basketball and student council at Casey Westfield Junior High, and he also plays in the Wabash Valley Junior Football League. He's made honor roll in 7th and 8th grades, received a Presidential Award for Educational Excellence, and now AJ is the recipient of the 2010 Scholar Attitude Award from Board of Directors Division L. He's acted as a buddy for a Special Olympics competitor, served food at the Lighthouse Mission, helped out with a food pantry drive, lent his efforts to recycling, and remained active at Casey First Baptist Church. He hopes to attend the University of Illinois, where he would like to study history and archaeology. I am interested in learning more about the Native Americans who resided in Illinois and the surrounding states, AJ offers. I would like to see how past events can be related to future events in order to predict and possibly prevent mistakes in our future.
With Emily today are her parents, Craig and Cheryl Emberton, and the principal of Mayo Middle School, Mrs. Melanie Ogle. Emily, on your application for this award, we asked the students to list the person you most admire, and you didn't have to look too far for your answer, your mom. And I loved what you said in the video, that she didn't want to miss seeing you play when you got into the games. It sounds like you and your mom have a terrific relationship. And isn't it a whole lot easier having a good relationship with your mom than the opposite? And as you move on into high school, college, and eventually into the working world, relationships are going to be one of the keys to your success. Build good relationships, cultivate them, and work with them. It will make life so much easier. You have represented Mayo Middle School so well, and there is no doubt that you will continue to do so in high school and beyond. And with AJ today are his parents, Mike and Bonnie McNeil, and the assistant principal at Casey Westfield Junior High, Mrs. Carol Wetherell. AJ, I think it's very interesting that the person Emily listed as her favorite athlete was Dee Brown, a guard for the University of Illinois, and the person you listed is Darren Williams, a teammate of his also at the University of Illinois. So our two winners from Division L are obviously Fighting Illini basketball fans. As you probably know, Dee Brown got a lot of national attention during his playing days. Darren Williams, on the other hand, was a very good player, but was oftentimes overshadowed by Dee Brown. But that didn't stop Darren Williams from working hard to perfect his game and hone his skills. And now an elite NBA superstar for the Utah Jazz, Darren Williams has proved that hard work has its rewards. Let that be a life lesson to you. Work hard, set goals, and do the things the right way. You did that when you overcame some obstacles with your traveling basketball team, and I am sure that you will do that in all aspects of your life. Congratulations on this award, and we wish you the very best. Ladies and gentlemen, representing Division L, please give a warm welcome to Emily Emberton and A.J. McNeil. And presenting Emily and A.J. their awards is our board member from Division L, Mrs. Ogle, who is the principal at Mayo Middle School.
When Kitty Justice made the A-team in competitive soccer, she knew she had accomplished something. When I was presented with the opportunity to try out, I was very scared, she says. I actually cried on the way to tryouts. I overcame my fears and walked onto that soccer field. It turns out I made the A-team. And that was just the first step in expanding her horizons. Athletically, I'm competing and playing with athletes whose abilities meet or exceed my own. She notes my fitness level is greatly increased. Socially, I feel more confident because I now know I can walk into a group of peers I have never met and make new friends. Kitty, the 2010 Scholar Attitude Award winner from Board of Directors Division M, has a perfect 4.0 GPA, and she participates in volleyball, basketball, track, band, choir, and madrigals at Tri-City Middle School. Kitty has made it to state in track, taken first place in all the solo and ensemble music competitions she's entered in 6th and 7th grade, earned superior honor roll status every semester, and been named Student of the Month all 3 years. Kitty also received awards for her defense in basketball and her hustle in volleyball. In high school, Kitty would like to keep up volleyball, basketball, and soccer and add a role in student council or class officer to hone her leadership skills. Outside of school, she's played club and competitive soccer, rung bells for the Salvation Army, and volunteered at the Animal Protective League. Kitty's love for animals runs deep. If she could make one change in the world, she would stop animal abuse, and she plans to attend college to become a veterinarian. Marty Pesch isn't about to allow a little bad weather to throw him off track. It's always difficult to get in enough practice for pole vaulting, Marty writes. Last spring was very cold, wet, and windy, so there were not many days that we could vault, but Marty persevered. In fact, he pushed himself to vault high enough to make it to state. Coming into the state meet, my best height was 8'3", he remembers, and when I got to state and saw many of the kids going much higher than I had ever gone, I didn't expect to be one of the top vaulters. However, during the competition, I just kept jumping higher and higher, and I surprised myself by going 9'6". That was enough to earn Marty a 5th place medal at the state track meet, higher than he'd ever dreamed. To go along with that medal, Marty is now the winner of the 2010 Scholar Attitude Award from Board of Directors Division M. Marty has also earned a perfect 4.0 GPA, high honor roll status in 7th and 8th grade, and myriad awards in band and concert band for both the clarinet and the tenor saxophone. Marty was a member of his school's Class 3A Regional Championship baseball team this year, and his basketball and track and field teams both took county championships in 7th and 8th grade. Marty hopes to one day play in the PGA and manage a golf course, and he plans to attend the University of Illinois, like his parents, his sisters, aunts, uncles, and grandfather before him, to put that plan into motion.
With Kitty today is her mom, Kathy Justice, and her brother, Matthew, and the athletic director at Buffalo Tri-City, Mr. Eric Schleicher. Kitty, you have set a lofty goal to become a veterinarian, and given your academic record of straight A's, you have already set the foundation for your success. You will be challenged along the way as you strive toward your goal. Veterinarians have unique challenges, and oftentimes have to be part doctor, part therapist, and above all, very caring individuals. And as you go through high school and college, work hard to maintain a competitive and positive attitude, just like your junior high volleyball coach has taught you. You will be successful if you do, and I hope all of your dreams are truly fulfilled. Congratulate you on this award, and we wish you the very best. And with Marty today are his parents, Danny and Barb Pesch, and the principal at Williamsville Junior High School, Mr. Rod McQuality. Marty, from your application, I can tell two things: that you like two sports an awful lot: golf and pole vaulting. And you do know that these are two of the most difficult sports that you could possibly do, don't you? Both require an extreme amount of practice to even be able to be somewhat successful at them. Both require to be focused each and every time you attempt to do them. Some people might be able to dribble a basketball without much focus, but can you imagine pole vaulting without focusing? I'm not sure either of us would want to see the result of that attempt. My charge to you is to stay focused in all you do, especially if you want to become that PGA golf professional. And as a fellow golfer, let me just give you one piece of advice as you work toward that golfing goal. Always take 2 pairs of pants with you when you go out on the course, just in case you get a hole-in-one. Congratulations on your award, and we wish you the very best as well. Ladies and gentlemen, from Division M, let's congratulate Kitty Justice and Marty Pesch. Presenting Kitty and Marty their awards will be our board member from Division M, Mr. Fred Lamke, the principal at Riverton Middle School.
Always be a good sport, Gab, is something Gab Zarusin heard from her parents ever since she was little. I didn't really understand it, Gabby writes, but now that I am competing, I do. What she understands is that sportsmanship makes competition fun, that it's counterproductive to get down on yourself or others for making a mistake, that being part of a team means encouraging everybody, and that abiding by the rules is the key to success. Success is something Gabby, recipient of the 2010 Scholar Attitude Award from Board of Directors Division N, understands. She's been on the highest honor roll every quarter so far in junior high and is in the top 5 in her class. She took awards for most points and most free throws in basketball, where she was team captain in both 7th and 8th grades, and set a new school record for most points in a game. Her volleyball, basketball, and softball teams all won their regionals, and Gabby holds the JCJH record for 200-meter dash as well. In addition to those sports, she participates in Team Quest, Student Council, band and jazz band, solo and ensemble music contests, and yearbook staff. She was proud to be chosen for Jasper County's Community Unit District No. 1 Mission and Goals Committee and to volunteer in sports, preschool ministry, and vacation Bible school at her church. I am most proud of my accomplishment of being a 6-year state Bible drill winner, Gabby says. I just hope the Bible drill program is still around when I have kids. I want them to get the full experience that I got and loved. No matter what the group, Megan Spence stands out. In fact, Megan has won West Salem's Harry Branham Scholastic Athlete Award twice as a 6th grader and again as a 7th grader, and it's an award given to only one girl in the entire school. There is only one girl and one boy each year who receives this award, and they have the highest GPA in the junior high and have to participate in more than one sport throughout the year. Megan writes, "It was a total shock to hear that I had the highest GPA out of the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade girls. I was not expecting to receive the award. I thought only 8th graders receive awards. This achievement was definitely one that I will always remember." And then she came back as a 7th grader and won another one. Now, as an 8th grader, Megan has a perfect 4.0 GPA, and she is the winner of the 2010 Scholar Attitude Award from Board of Directors Division N. Megan competes in softball, volleyball, cheerleading, and scholastic bowl, and she is a member of the newspaper staff, student council, safety patrol, band, and choir. She also finds time to work in the cafeteria and to participate in science fairs and spelling bees and to help out with various activities at the First Christian Church in West Salem. In high school, she plans to continue with volleyball and softball, as well as band and chorus, and she hopes to add Alpha Club, a peer leader group, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and National Honor Society onto her schedule. Eventually, Megan would like to attend college to become a pharmacist.
As was the case with Division J, we did not have any qualified boy applicants, so once again, our judges chose two girls to represent Division N. With Gabby today are her parents, Amy Levine and Jean Saruzin, and the assistant principal at Jasper County Junior High School, Mrs. Kathy Johnson. Gabby, you indicated on your application that basketball is your favorite sport, and you are hoping to receive a basketball scholarship to a university where you want to study to become a clinical psychologist. I guess I didn't have to tell you the importance of setting goals. It is so impressive that you have these goals, and given everything that you have done at Jasper County, I have a very good feeling that one day you will be following in the footsteps of your mom and dad who already work in these fields. I wish you the very best and congratulate you on receiving this award. And with Megan today are her parents, Keith and Kathy Spence, and the principal at West Salem Grade School, Mr. Dale Schmittler. Megan, your Uncle Steve and Aunt Tricia sound like wonderful people. To have a family that includes a son with special needs and twin boys at the same time takes love, care, compassion, strength, and dedication. Those same traits will serve you well as you study to become a pharmacist. There will be times as you work toward your goal that things will go awry and not quite like you wished they would have gone. When those times occur, and trust me they will, you will persevere because of the many lessons you have learned from your aunt and uncle. Stay focused, continue your outstanding academic record, and participate in activities, and your goals will become reality. We are all very proud of you and your accomplishments, and we wish you the very best in high school and beyond. Ladies and gentlemen, please meet Gabrielle Zaruzin and Megan Spence. Presenting Gabby and Megan their awards is our board member from Division N, Mr. Craig Carr, who is the principal at Montrose Grove School.
Win at all costs? That's not for Bailey Schmidt, the 2010 Scholar Attitude Award recipient from Board of Directors Division O. Instead, Bailey contends playing a sport isn't about winning. It's about learning how to work together with other people and accomplishing the things that you never thought you could do. Working with other people is very important to Bailey. Sports teach you to depend on others when you can't do everything, she writes. In volleyball, my job is to block and spike the ball when I'm on the front court. I have to depend on the backcourt players to not let the ball drop once it gets past me. Bailey notes that lesson also applies to school, with group projects, and to life in general, too. In Bailey's world, life is richer when it's shared. Bailey holds 3 school records in track. She won her sectional in 4 events and medaled in all 4 events at the 2009 IESA state track meet. Her basketball and volleyball teams were conference champions, and Bailey took home 9 different awards in volleyball, including Miss Hustle, Best Server, and Best Digger. Bailey has a perfect 4.0 GPA, and she enjoys track, basketball, volleyball, cross-country, yearbook committee, student council, and youth power, the Say No to Drugs Club at Carlinville Middle School. She was named 2010 Gateway East Young Achiever, and she took first place in the Drug Smart Essay Contest in 7th grade. Her essay on Martin Luther King Jr. placed second in the Who's a Hero to Me contest. She'd like to add soccer, the school musical, WISE, and Spanish club to her resume in high school. Whether he's playing trumpet in the band, quarterbacking his football team, or leaping to victory in the long jump, Gillespie Middle School's Michael Henderson knows the value of sportsmanship. And it's not just about being a good teammate or making sure to stay gracious in victory or defeat. It's about taking sportsmanship one step farther. I think sportsmanship leads to good citizenship, Michael says. The value of citizenship to me? Helping my community in any means possible. That can mean ringing bells for the Salvation Army, recycling, going door to door for a fundraiser, playing his trumpet at a nursing home, or helping clean up a school ravaged by mine subsidence. Michael is a member of the baseball, basketball, football, and track teams at Gillespie Middle School, and he also participates in student council, scholastic bowl, band, and choir. He's made honor roll every quarter from 6th grade to the present, and he's taken home a first-place ribbon in the band solo contest and a second-place ribbon in choir ensemble. He was also named All-District in basketball. Michael looks forward to a busy high school schedule with football, basketball, track, including relays, long-distance running, and the hurdles, student council, class office, and minors preparing and caring for teenage drivers on his agenda. After that, he'd like to attend the University of Kansas or the University of North Carolina to study math and science. Michael is the 2010 Scholar Attitude Award winner from Board of Directors Division O.
With Bailey are her parents, Mike and Lori Schmidt, and the principal of Carlinville Middle School, Mr. Roy Kuhlkamp. Bailey, last spring you accomplished quite a feat in the IESA State Track and Field Meet. You entered 4 events, the 100-meter dash, the 200-meter dash, the long jump, and a relay, and you won a medal in all 4 events. And with this year's State Track and Field Meet less than a month away, I am sure you would like to have similar success once again. You may have been blessed with better than average speed to achieve this success, but no one just goes out and medals at a state meet without lots of practice and dedication. And that same will hold true when you go out into the working world. Whether it be as an engineer or as a veterinarian, you may have some talent in those fields, but it will be dedication, practice, and focus that allow you to succeed. Work hard, study hard, and play hard. And remember, nothing is ever easy. Good luck to you in high school, and I look forward to seeing you on the award stand once again at our State Track and Field Meet next month in East Peoria. And with Michael today are his parents, Mark and Kim Henderson, and Mrs. Lori Emmons, the principal at Gillespie Middle School. Michael, your experience on the student council in middle school will serve you well during your high school career. As a leader in your school, you will be looked upon to provide guidance to fellow classmates, be asked the average student, and be faced with time constraints that will all be new to you. While these tasks may be difficult for some, I know that you will handle them with ease because you have set a foundation for your success while in middle school. You have accomplished a lot so far, and believe me when I tell you this, the best is yet to come. Congratulations on all of your accomplishments. Ladies and gentlemen, please meet Bailey Schmidt and Michael Henderson. And presenting Bailey and Michael their awards is our Board of Directors President and Division O Representative, Mr. Ron Graham, who is the Superintendent of the Verdon School District.